everybody, welcome to another episode of Jerry What the What? Dymond right here at Lark Tavern. Open when mic, best open when mic like 3 years in a row. Ooh. This is podcast number 37. And tonight my special guest is, he just won at the Funny Bones last Thursday night because of the comics. The very funny, the adorable Korey David, everybody. Say hello, everybody, podcast.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
How you doing? Thank you for coming on my podcast.
Not a problem, Jerry.
Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, podcast land.
So I grew up in Syracuse, New York, been an upstater for a long time, moved around to a few different places, but I've been living in Saratoga Springs for about 6 years now. 28 years old, been doing stand-up regularly for about 6 to 7 months. Yeah, just having fun, do a lot of outdoor stuff, and yeah, just having fun doing this.
So what do you do outside of comedy? Do you have a job?
So I work for a brewery. I'm a sales manager for a national brewery. So that's fun, and it gets me an opportunity to travel all around the state.
What exactly do you do there?
So I work for Sierra Nevada, and what I do is we have multiple distributors that actually sell our product in the state of New York, and I'm essentially in charge of managing all of those distributors to make sure they're selling our product effectively and presenting us well.
How long have you been doing this for?
I've been working in the beer industry since I got out of college. So yeah, by profession. Yeah, as long as it's a hobby, it's fine. That's the funny thing about craft beer is it allows you to turn your hobby into alcoholism.
Now you just had a situation. You just said like a thing there for drinking for a brewery outside of the area.
Well, we just had an event not too long ago. Over at the Rock and Troy. Okay. It's a really great like craft beer establishment in the area, but they have enough draft lines where we can do these big grand events. And we did 25 draft lines. It was a lot of fun. Some things you can kind of find anywhere in the area. Some other things that are a little bit more like pilot beers are harder to find. So.
How many people got arrested that night from doing too much?
I don't get the police report, but I'm sure you can check the blotter the next day and kind of get yourself out.
He was there. He definitely was there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we've been the winner of the Funny Bones at the comedy pipeline.
Yeah.
How'd you like that? How was that?
The comedy pipe guys? Yeah. Oh, the comedy pipe guys are cool. I mean, it's
they're the best, aren't they?
Yeah, they're fun.
Shout out to them guys out there. Mike 3, we love you.
Yeah, make sure you watch their podcast as well. It's just a good group of guys, and it's a nice opportunity to. I wouldn't say like test out bits and stuff, but it's very casual. You can have beers while you're just hanging out there and whatever too. So it was fun. Cool.
You see us perform that place in the creek in Cave.
Yeah.
New York City.
Yeah.
Isn't it a good place down there?
It's a cool spot. It's where a lot of New York comics go to kind of test their skills.
Yeah.
You know, both famous and people that haven't quite made it yet, but hopefully are on their way.
Yep.
And it was a really unique experience. Like one of the best parts about my job has been giving me an opportunity to go do open mics in other places.
That's good.
So as you can tell, as you know, like I come to the Lark open mic regularly.
Right.
And if you don't see me at this one, it's because I'm at a different mic somewhere else. Like there's
You're either drunk or you're at a different mic.
Yes. I mean, so there's Olives down in Nyack. There's multiple ones down in the city if I'm ever down there for work. There's the Creek, I believe, which is outside of Newburgh. So yeah, that's one of the nice things about my job is I'm traveling all the time and I can hit open mics in front of different audiences.
That's good. Who inspired you to do comedy?
I just like to write, to be honest with you. Like nobody really inspired me. I think I kind of got started because much like a lot of other people, your friends just said, hey, you're really funny, you should do stand-up comedy. And I didn't think they were wrong, but obviously being funny for your friends is way different than actually being a performing stand-up comedian and somebody that can entertain a room. So
why comedy? Why comedy?
Because I think making people laugh is probably the most beneficial thing that I can do throughout a day. Like even when I'm not here, most people's lives kind of suck. Whether they actually do or not, they perceive it to be that way. People are always complaining about things, they're always downtrodden, it's always about what's kind of going wrong. And I can't fix any of that for them. But if for 5 or 10 minutes I can make them forget about their day or about what's going on and just make them laugh and kind of be the best part of their day, I think that's pretty amazing.
Who's your favorite comedian?
Right now I really love Mike Birbiglia because he has such an amazing way of telling stories that I envy. And I think ultimately most of us want to be great storytellers more than anything. But if you've been doing this long enough, telling stories is hard.
It is.
Telling stories is difficult, and making it funny the entire way through.
It is hard.
And that's something you obviously takes years to work on.
And that's like, sometimes have a storytelling with like, you should want, yes, I love being a storyteller.
And you can be, but what I figured out is that you can't start with the story. The story, like you have an idea for a story, and then you figure it out along the way, like how to make that funny,
Right.
like every 20 seconds or every 15 seconds.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever the algorithm is. But yeah, I'd say Mike's probably my favorite right now.
How much break do you do a day on a daily basis?
So I always, whenever I have a thought, I'd say I cumulatively write at least 20 minutes a day, because that's not necessarily just sitting down. It's anytime I think about anything funny, I write it down. And then I usually, when I get home, I try to put it all down on paper into one cohesive thought. And then I'm doing like 3 to 4 mics a week, in addition to doing the writing seminar on Saturdays. And then I usually have at least a designated hour or two on different days of the week where I'm just sitting down doing workbooks.
Where do you get your material?
So I think the grand plan is to use my thoughts and opinions on more highbrow, like social matters, things that affect all kinds of people and socioeconomic situations and things like that. But that's really hard to make funny. So something that I've found a lot of success with so far is kind of making fun of myself and how I grew up, how I was raised. The set that I did in Clash of the Comics was
Wonderful, by the way. It was really good.
Thank you. It was a mix of stuff about dating, which has happened to me in the past. It was a mix of growing up in Syracuse and being from there, and also being raised Mormon. So I broke my set down in those 3 subject matters, and that's the stuff that I've found I have the most workable material in.
It's good. Yeah, you pick yourself up, think where you were back in the day, how today, how it reflects on you in different areas of your life.
Yeah, because I write about a lot of different things. It's just that, a couple weeks ago, I felt like I was kind of sprawling with topics, and I felt so scatterbrained that I'd come to a mic and I'd talk about like 8 different subject matters in 5 minutes. None of it really had to do with anything I'd done before, and I just felt kind of like lost in it. I didn't feel like I was getting anything accomplished. So I tried to make it a priority and a goal to just focus on a few different subject matters for a few weeks or a month, and just drill into those subject matters as much as I can.
What kind of comedian do you consider yourself? Are you a one-liner or are you?
No, I'm not a one-liner at all. Although I'm trying desperately to become more of a one-liner, but with a narrative, I guess. Because again, I try to follow a rule of like I want to get a laugh every 15 to 20 seconds.
Right.
And that means that within your setup to the big payoff punchline, there potentially needs to be some one-liner-ish kind of stuff that isn't necessarily going to kill, but it's going to sound like a reaction.
Korey, shout out to Korey, who's hosting the local second fourth Tuesday each month. You're going to have a competition called match.
Oh, yeah.
So you didn't answer your tweet. This is all great. You have to last in 30 seconds or limited.
Right.
So you plan on competing against that this year?
I didn't even really know when it was.
June, I want to say June 8th. Don't quote me, it's June 8th.
Potentially, if I feel ready.
I think you would. I think you'd be good. You would do it. Also, the Boston Festival competition, we helped run this year at the Saratoga Comedy Works. We helped the Saratoga Comedy Works.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I want to at least throw my hat in the ring because at that point, I'm going to be entering for a contest, but I still see it as stage time. I still see it as an opportunity to be kind of gauge yourself in front of what other people are doing. We're very fortunate that we have a strong comedy community here, and I feel like I can constantly benchmark myself against other people that see how much time they're putting into things and what kind of reactions they're getting. And I know that I need to be doing at least that much in order to get to the level.
As Rich Williams said Saturday, the writing session means that don't think of these competitions as a competition. Think of it as stage time, it's credibility to you. You got under your belt and move on. Just because you didn't win doesn't mean you still got to go on stage and do your thing.
Yep.
How do you feel about competition? Do you think they're...
I don't care, to be honest. It was just, if somebody wants to use that as motivation to better themselves, that's great. I didn't enter Clash of the entered comics to win it. Like I just entered it because it's an awesome room. There's a couple hundred people there that, you know.
200 some odd people there.
Yeah, there's like 200.
300 people.
There was like 200 something people there, and the last one that I did was like 350 people. It was basically a sold out show. And when you're only doing open mics at this point, we get great crowds for open mics, but sometimes it's just comics, and other times it's just like 5 or 6 people that aren't comics. So it's just a great way to kind of showcase some, or just test some stuff out in front of a live audience. So for that, like I didn't really, winning's cool, but that wasn't the goal. The goal was to see like, all right, I've got some new material, I've got a solid set, like let's go do it and see what happens.
The worst place that you performed at, where you bombed, where's the worst place you performed at?
The worst place I performed at? I haven't been doing this that long to really have like a terrible place.
Well, 6 months it could be.
We did a comedy show open for Vermont a few months ago that a friend of mine, I booked through a friend of mine. He'd seen some of us do some work up in Burlington with Catherine Garfier's Laugh and Sip series that she does. We were doing a show up in Burlington. Big shout out to Catherine. She was like, and so he came to the show, loved it, and he wanted to do it at a pizza bowl, which is not set up for comedy. And it was just like a tiny room, and people were running food like in and out, and people were just showing up to the bar, not realizing there was a comedy show on it, and also not caring. And if you want pizza, we want a beer. We don't care if you're beer. Get the hell out of here. And if you're in a big room, that's fine. But if you're in a really small room, that's really difficult. But I've bombed at just open mics, which I don't know if that even counts as bombing. Like, if
I would say a show, like a show, basically you have done so far. And you a place that wasn't.
No, that Pizza Man show, that Pizza Pub show, I should say, was, I wouldn't say I bombed, but like I did 15 minutes when I wasn't ready to do 15 minutes. So I think from that point, I just knew that, like, okay, so I've got 15 minutes of stuff. I'd say 7 of it's pretty good, and then the rest of it's hit and miss. You know, so that was a great learning experience.
The best place to perform that.
Comedy yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful venue for comedy. It's very intimate. It's made for comedy, and it's the reason I got back into. It's the reason I really started doing stand-up. I did a couple open mics like years ago, and just didn't do anything with it. If it wasn't for the proximity of Comedy Works from my house, I'm literally like 2 blocks away, and they started doing their open mics. I don't know if I would have gotten back into it.
So the Comedy Works in Saratoga and Tommy Nietzsche, public place.
Yeah.
Do you have any sports?
I don't watch sports. I actually hate organized sports. I find it silly the concept of watching somebody else have fun. So I'd rather go out and do it myself. So in the summertime, I'm like mountain biking, I play a lot of disc golf, and then just hiking, biking, that kind of thing. Music, I'm all over the map. I like heavy metal, I like electronic music, I like old school hip hop, and I was listening to stuff. Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place. Movies. You know, I'm just a serial Netflix watcher these days, so I've been watching a lot of documentaries. It made me feel a lot smarter, but I don't know if I actually am.
What's the best one that you like to watch so far? Caught your eye and enjoyed watching?
The best documentary that I've seen recently. I mean, I like the ones that kind of make you hate big companies and the government. So like Gasland was like very informative, and there was another one, I forget what it's called, but it was like about like the pharmaceutical industry. Things that make you really mad and realize that you're so small that you can't do anything about it. So those are the ones I recommend.
We see the future of the comedian. We see New York City or LA. We see them moving out there in the future.
My goal with anything is just to get as good at it as I possibly can. Before I started doing stand-up, I played rugby at a very high level for 8 years. And the goal was never to be a professional, it was just to train as hard as I can and then take that as far as it's going to get me. But I wasn't like disappointed that I was never a pro or anything like that. So with this, I'm approaching it the same way. And I'm just going to put as much effort and as time into it as I can because I like doing it. As soon as I don't like doing it anymore, I probably won't do it. But yeah, I don't think there is an alternative.
Where are you performing at? Give a shout out to where you're performing at.
So I'll be performing at the Saratoga Winery, opening up for Owen Benjamin on May 6th. So get your tickets for that. It's going to be a great show. Our guy Bobby Brown up there has been doing an incredible job booking really great talent, great headliners, and I'm fortunate enough to open for one of his next showcases.
How much are the tickets? And where can you get them?
Tickets are, I should probably know this, right around $10. And you can go to SaratogaWinery.com and you can pick them up.
I was like, yeah, that was funny.
Thank you very much for being on the podcast. And later on, we'll be here with the Mark Tavern open mic there. 3 years in a row, that's comedy place there. So this is another conclusion of Jerry, what the what? Dymond podcast number 37.
Am I doing it right?
That's right. You good. Again, very funny man. He's won a competition at the Funny Balls on Thursday and cut to the comics. They're very funny and wonderful, talented, beautiful Korey Davids. Easy now, take it easy. You'll be smoking cigarettes later on. Yeah. All right, till then, everybody, keep laughing because laughing is the best medicine. Until then, this is Jerry, what the what? Dymond signing off. Good night.